Breaking news out of the region this hour is one of the strongest storms
to ever make landfall in recorded history has hit the Philippines.
Super Typhoon Haiyan is already the strongest tropical storm we've seen anywhere.
Well, if I can give you a sense of how big this storm is, it covers an area about as large as the distance from Washington, D.C. to Miami. If we can compare that to Superstorm Sandy. Sandy was a Category 3 when it hit Cuba and a Category 2 when it crossed the U.S. East Coast. So if you can imagine, this is a Category 5, and that is only because there are no categories above 5.
If you think of the top end of the takeoff speed of a 747, it is higher than that.
More than 700,000 people reportedly have fled its path. What's worse, hundreds of thousands of people affected are still recovering from a 7.1 magnitude earthquake that hit just last month. At this point, it's still hard to grasp the full extent of the typhoon's damage.
We were told that about 90% of the infrastructures and establishments were heavily damaged.
Last year, Super Typhoon Bhopal is only 500 kilometers. Strongest storm we've seen on Earth so far.
That is expected to move into the South China Sea and by Saturday be out over the open waters and perhaps impact the coastline of Vietnam going into the beginning of Monday with 100-mile-per-hour winds. We'll keep you updated.
Literally within minutes, the water was rising and swamping the lower level of the hotel.
The storm surge came in and basically totally inundated the ground floor. People freaking out, trapped in their ground floor rooms, who had to be rescued. People smashing windows to try and get out of their hotel rooms.
And that's when the cameras had to be dropped. The CNN crew I was with had to get into the water, and the team members I was with as well. You know, it was time to stop documenting the storm and get into rescue mode. As soon as the winds had died down and I felt it was safe enough to venture into the street, I went straight down to the waterfront, and I just felt like I was in a tsunami zone. The damage was absolutely devastating. There were people just sifting through the rubble, looking for any belongings which remained in their destroyed houses. Unfortunately, there were bodies being removed from the debris. It was really just this apocalyptic scene.
The terror of Super Typhoon Haiyan began with its winds. Gusts reaching up to 235 miles per hour, well above the threshold of a Category 5 hurricane. All many can do is simply pray. As millions brace themselves against Haiyan's winds and punishing rain, it's the storm surge that would cut the biggest path of destruction. Walls of water up to 20 feet high, engulfing entire neighborhoods. The typhoon rages into the night. Dawn brings an eerie calm after the storm, and with it, the first glimpses of the full wrath of Haiyan.
Get international help to come here now. Not tomorrow, now. This is really, really like bad, worse than hell.
Your husband. Worse than hell. Buildings are now mangled piles of wood and metal. Family members pick through debris in a desperate search for their loved ones.
I've not spoken to anyone who hasn't lost someone, a relative or close to them.
Officials fear up to 10,000 people dead. The exact number made difficult to determine, not only because of the endless piles of debris that might hold bodies, but also because the Philippines is made up of thousands of islands. Many live in remote areas, only accessible by boat or by air. Here on Cebu Island, the injured are being rescued by military chopper. But many other islands are still completely on their own. One of the hardest hit areas is here in Tacloban. A massive ship hurled far inland shows the raw power of the typhoon. With thousands clamoring for food, water, and medical attention, authorities are forced to focus on the needs of the living before turning to those who didn't survive.
3 days on since the storm itself, there are still bodies by the side of the road. Now, we can't show you the faces of these bodies as it's just too graphic. You can still see the terror as the wave hit on the faces of these bodies.
An estimated 620,000 people are homeless from the storm. The government simply overwhelmed and calling on the international community for help. The U.S. military has now taken control of the airport in Tacloban and is flying in badly needed supplies.
It's almost the end of the world. Our goal is I must go out of this city.
3 days after what's likely the strongest storm in recorded history, its full impact just starting to be discovered.
Pinapaalam ko po sa inyo, wala na po si Jose. Patawarin niyo po ako, hindi ko po siya naligas. Nagkaiwalay po kami dahil sa nalagasan ng alon. Naiwalay ko, pati ang anak namin, nabitawan ko, nandyan nga ang asawa ko eh.
Nakikita ba kami?
Nandyan si Jose sa gilid oh. Hindi pa nga nakuha, 3 araw kanina ko lang nakuha nun sa gilid.
Hanggang ngayon di pa nahanap si tatay, 6 pa silang hindi nahanap. Yung anak ko nakalibing na dyan ho sa island na yan. At saka yung mami ng mga anak ko no, nasa Virginia, alam ko naman mapapanood mo to. Wala na si Justin saka si Ella, patay na sila.
Layo ganito ka mga anak ko, nakatata ni nanay, tatay, no ako apo, ganitang mga anak. Hindi ko ganun makarawan, Diyos ko, ginawa ko.
Utol! Si Junalyn, noong Sabado, ang gabi, nanganak pa. Sa awa ng Diyos, waray amon na iban. Pero waray ko na amon nakukuha ng pagkaon. Tay, Ate Vilma, kung nagkikita ka mo niya na, kung pwede, nagmamakaluluya kay mo. Bisan niya ako, waray ko pa kaon, bisang kanon, puro na tubig.
Yung bahay namin nasira. Pati yung tatay ko nga namatay, nadagana ng kahoy. Nanawagan kami na kung pwede bigyan nyo kami ng makain. Wala na kaming makain.
Walang medisina na dumadating dito. Paano yun?
Pati pagkain namin.
Pati pagkain, kabataan.
Kabuhayan.
Kasakit na.
Gatas, umiiyak.
Wala na.